And welcome back to the Cox 11 Sports Report. And for the second straight year, Kings Fork found themselves in the semifinals of the Eastern Region. Last year they lost to Hampton. This year they are looking for a victory over Kecoughtan.
Another Peninsula District team taking on the Bulldogs. Plenty of bite from the school from Suffolk as they have gone on a run here, 21-2 in their 23 games coming into this one. And Byron Taylor getting them off to a nice start with the mid-range J.
Well, with Kecoughtan having so many options on the offensive end, you've got to make sure you make every possession count. And Alexander, the Eastern Carolina recruit, can't get the bucket to go, but there is his teammate for the putback in the two.
Kecoughtan so long and big up front with Kalen Poe, Justin Lipscomb, and of course the future Providence Friar, Rajay Bullock. You got to keep him off the glass. And Kings Fork doing a good job of attacking the basket there. It's Ja'Cory Smith for two.
That's a tough basket over Bullock down low, but Kecoughtan not to be outdone. Hits the J, as that was Lawrence Williams, the senior, for three. As he's in his last Eastern Region tournament, wants to make it a memorable one.
Byron Taylor right back at you, dishing it to Dante Ralph inside for the basket. And it's Kings Fork on top, 13-9 on the Warriors of Kecoughtan, as both of their two main guns, Rajay Bullock and Greg Alexander, pretty quiet early on.
Alexander, the pull-up J, it's not going to fall, but there is Poe. Can't get the first shot to go. The rebound kicked back out. Kecoughtan's going to find a 17-footer jump shot as William Askew, the guard, hits it for two.
The super subs, Askew and Lawrence Williams, the guy Coach Ivan Thomas calls the microwave, really giving them a spark here, keeping them in the game. But Ja'Cory Smith right back at you with a basket here as Kings Fork not afraid at all of the spotlight. They've been here before.
Certainly have, Matt. And offensively, they're going to keep the ball after the missed possession, and a jump shot is up and good, as that was number 10, Akani White, with the J. And Kings Fork doing an excellent job on Bullock. Only had 4 points in the first half, all coming from the free throw line.
No field goals, and now you see Greg Alexander finally gets on track with a long-range jumper there as he has got the sweet stroke. Kecoughtan up by a point late in the third quarter. The Warriors seem to have their mojo back, though, as it's Askett kicking it outside. Who's that for three? It is Alexander.
Alexander with a sweet stroke as Kecoughtan asserting themselves offensively here in the second half. And now again the other way comes the senior Williams as he gets to two. And Kings Fork is going to have to rally now, trailing after leading for most of the first half.
Rajay Bullock in the post. He is so tough to contain. 6'7", just shooting right over his defender, who's about 6'2". And the Warriors starting to pull away, up 7 with 6 minutes and change in the fourth quarter, as Kings Fork have another rally in them.
Well, they're going to need Ja'Cory Smith to make a play, but it's his teammate who gets the basket, as that was Byron Taylor with the two and the foul. And Kecoughtan, the Warrior man, you see, trying to keep the troops going. But Bullock, facing the full court pressure, just trying to keep control of the basketball, finds a teammate as Kecoughtan is looking to run the clock out against a very valiant effort from this Kings Fork team. Unfortunately, they're going to come up just short as the Warriors, as the final seconds tick down into the hands of Alexander. And they will hold on for the victory going into the Eastern Region Final with a 10-point victory over Kings Fork. Rajay Bullock, a game-high 18 points, a perfect 14 of 14 from the free throw line, 15 boards and 2 blocks. Byron Taylor, 12 points, 3 rebounds, and 3 steals for the Bulldogs.
So Kecoughtan's back in the region title game at Scope. Will they see Hampton again, or will Great Bridge, the upstart, make it there? It's the Wildcats and Crabbers. This is sure to be a good one.
Great Bridge looking for its first state tournament berth since 1958, but early on it would be the Hampton Crabbers getting some contributions from down low, as that was Trey Perry, the senior forward, with the two. And then Anthony Barber is going to pull up for three. He's so dangerous in his offensive game, and if he can hit that jump shot consistently, he's almost unguardable.
Absolutely, as the defending state champs have a ton of weapons, and Great Bridge's got some firepower of their own from outside, as its senior Byron Williams, the first-team All-Southeastern District performer, for three. Hampton getting the rebound here. Trey Perry, he gets the ball into the hands of Anthony Cat Barber, showing that cat-like quickness there, going coast to coast in a hurry.
North Carolina State coach Godfrey has certainly got to be pleased to see that effort from Barber. Going into the second quarter, Hampton with the 1-point advantage, but it's going to be Great Bridge trying to come up with an offensive opportunity, and they'll get one as Mark Madison scores, the junior, with the 2 points for Great Bridge. And now back come the other way. The Crabbers is down low. A great entry pass and the foul as a perfectly executed offensive play leads to the basket by Ciante Melvin.
Ciante Melvin, a kid who was not on last year's state championship team, trying to make the most of his opportunity at getting a ring this year. Steve Beeline, a 6'7" center for Great Bridge. He's been doing it all postseason long as he gets the basket there for two.
Fundamental basketball pick and roll play for Beeline, and then the outside J, nothing but net for Great Bridge's Andre Banks, the senior forward, hits that one. Going into the second half, Great Bridge with a 7-point advantage, and I'm sure a lot of people taken by surprise at how well they were playing here in this one.
Absolutely, but they're getting sparks from Andre Banks, who was 6 for 6 from the field, and then Byron Williams right there as he finished up with 17 points on 6 of 14 from the floor. Those two guys complimenting Marcus Evans very well. Then it's Anthony Cat Barber putting the spin cycle on right there for 2. Gorgeous move.
Barber, an excellent player on the offensive end. However, his team, which was trailing by as much as 11 in the third quarter, down by 6 going into the fourth, and a great pick there by Beeline leads to the open J from Marcus Evans, and Evans Jr. had another outstanding effort.
He certainly did. The Southeastern District Player of the Year, who just got named the Eastern Region Player of the Year. And then it's Steve Beeline swatting away a shot. Hampton trying to rally back here in the final moments. It's Sammy Royal crashing the glass for 2.
A great job by Royal as he's trying to keep the Crabbers in it. Tie game. Final 3 minutes of this one, an exciting finish upcoming, and it's going to be Evans kicking it out to Mark Madison. Not the guy you expect, but he's the one who hits the 3, and a big shot for the Wildcats as they lead by a triple.
And Madison redeeming himself for missing that shot at the buzzer in last year's quarterfinal loss at Kecoughtan. Then it's Evans going from one end to the other for 2, and Great Bridge sensing a chance to go to states for the first time in 55 years. They do it 67-60 over the Hampton Crabbers. Evans with 18 points, 5 steals on defense. You see Williams with 7 boards to go with his 17 points. And Cat Barber's final game in a Crabber uniform, 26 points, 5 rebounds. But it's Great Bridge moving on to the region championship game. We now step aside from basketball for a moment and check out some track action as our friend Larry Rubama from the Virginian Pilot catches up with Michael Cherry and the Oscar Smith Tigers.
Together at the last Group A, 3A state championship, I won the 3, 5, and won the 4x4, and we placed 3rd overall as a team.
Our game plan was to go out there and attack every angle that we could because our desire was to win the state. We came in this year with attitude that we wanted to win, so there was no plan in practice. Everybody was focused. Everybody was serious about what they wanted to do. You know, anything that we had that wasn't serious, they didn't, you know, they wasn't allowed to stay. You know, so they came together as a group, as a whole, and they did well. But, you know, all in all, coming in 3rd, Mike did his job. You know, he blew my mind when he ran a 33.05. I mean, I knew he was going to do something great, but, you know, being able to see that.
To know that I have a national record in 300 is kind of shocking. But I knew I was going to run something crazy because early in the season, I ran 34.1 out of the slow heap, no blocks, actually just getting down. This is a great accomplishment, really, because when I was talking to many people saying like I wanted to do it, my main focus was just to take it one race at a time, and if I could win one, I can do it. But just winning it back to back is just great.
He's the hardest working kid I've ever seen in track since I've been coaching. And, you know, he's been a great kid. I mean, I watched him from the time that I had him in middle school. And, you know, he is something to watch. And, you know, to see him do that in the 500, 300, and 4x4, what can I say? To have one of the nation's fastest kids that, you know, he deserves everything that he's getting, the recognition that he's getting. I'm very proud of him. Well,
national meet, I want to make my mark there too, because last year I actually got 3rd behind some actually great runners. And this year I want to win and just prove to everybody that I'm the number 1 400 runner in the country. I want to try to double in the 400, 200, but I'm thinking about running the 800 and trying to like drop a series time there too.
Coming up after the break, we've got the Eastern Region Championships. You're watching the Cox 11 Sports Report.